seated. Hello everybody, welcome to my demonstration today. I have an interesting question for all of you. Everybody always says that life is about rhythm, and that we're all going to the beat of our own drum, right? How would you like to make your own rhythms, huh? Then look no further than the revolutionary model of the drum set. I'm going to be talking about the history of it, how to set them up, and what kind of material they're going to be made out of today. I've been playing for about 4 years, and I'm with my high school band, so I have a little bit of experience with these. Did you also know that drums are called membraphones? In the technical term, drums are called membraphones because of the structure. They have a shell and they have two heads that are either encasing the top or the bottom of it. And the earliest forms of them have dated back to 3000 BC from Mesopotamian excavations. And even further back from modern day, Native Americans had used them in rituals that are used in social situations like festivals, funerals, and other things. But did you know that the first official drum set came about in 1909 after Ludwig and Ludwig Company of Chicago made the first foot-operated drum set, foot-operated bass pedal. Other than that, they had to use other drummers and percussionists. But it wasn't until the 1930s that they saw the first standard rock kit, which would have been just like this. About a bass drum, snare drum, a raised tom or two toms, and a floor tom or multiple. But let's look at how they're made. So, drums can be made out of either wood or steel. It's kind of a preference, it doesn't really matter, but the main components are the shell that can either be the wood or the steel, and the two heads that are on top of it. The first one is the striking head that you'll use to hit it with a stick, such as a drumstick, and the bottom of the head can be a resonant head, but they don't have to always be on there. But the shell, the only difference in them is the sound quality or how warm or low they are. The most common shells are either maple, aluminum, and birch. And now to setting up the kit. These can be highly personalized, and your comfortability and your height and all that varies, especially your seating. So how to standardly set it up is you want to first find a solid, comfortable, flat ground with a rug on it so that you don't usually rub anything into it. Then you want to also put your bass drum down because everything will go around your kit. Next, what you want to do is put your toms on the stands. I have one that goes inside my bass drums, so I can't put it on my cymbal stands, but they do help with that. And the next thing that you want to do is probably the hardest thing, is to set up your snare. The snare has a little cradle in here that looks like kind of a hand is holding a ball out. You want to unfold that and then put the snare inside of it so that it sits comfortably around these edges. Then finally, if you have any cymbal stands, you want to set them up around the kit and however you want to do that. Then you sit down and you can play. So in conclusion, drums are the most wonderful things you can have. They're easy to use, fun to play, and are the backbone of any band that you have today. Thank you.